Get ready for the new moon in the sign of Cancer the Crab, happening on June 29th, 2022. And this is going to be at 2:53 a.m. We're using tropical astrology and universal time coordinated. This is going to occur in Lunar Mansion Number 8, because there are more than one mansion in each zodiac sign, okay, that the moon travels through each month. Now find out what Cancer star to wish upon and what Lunar Angel to help you acquire victory over rivals. Luna will be in Cancer at 0 degrees 0 minutes to Cancer 12 degrees 51 minutes 22 seconds, according to Abraham. Now the star to wish upon inside the 8th mansion of the moon, called Al-Nathrah, the star is named Praesape. The mansion is Al-Nathrah, and the star is named Praesape, and this is according to Warnock, which appears to have a connection to the word B-Y-R-E or Byre, and also to Hive, to which Beehive, this is the Beehive Cluster, is another associated name for this star. Now, Vivian Erwood Robson gives the spelling Praesape, Praesaepe, where Warnock gives it Praesape. So there's slight variations in the spelling. So Warnock's spelling has to do with the hive, which has to do with the beehive, and that's B-Y-R-E, Byre, which translates into hive, and Robson spelling Praesape with an extra A in it, in his book entitled The Fixed Stars and Constellations in Astrology on page 187, which translates from Latin into English as Manger. So what Robson gives us is Praesape, Praesaepe, okay? And again, his translates into Manger. Now this is where the Christ child story comes from. Indeed, another spelling, and currently a more popular spelling, is Praesape, Praesaepe, which translates from Latin into English as crib or cradle. So it's like manger. Okay, this is the more popular spelling. And check in the description box for the blog so you can see how they're spelled. And we shall use the more popular spelling from this point on. Now, Praesape is a star that dwells in the muzzle, you know, the muzzle right here, of the great Arabic lion, being the gap therein, known to Westerners as the constellation of the crab, or this, to Cancerians, Cancer. Okay, this muzzle, or extended nose and mouth of the lion, is the answer to the riddle of the Sphinx of Egypt and the pyramids. The current human head of the Sphinx of Egypt was most likely carved from a lion's head, since the head is not proper, it's not in proportion. It's not in proper proportion to the lion's body. It's too small. The head is too small for the body. The nose on the current human face of the Sphinx has been either eroded away or chopped off by secret brotherhoods. Okay? Human noses are in the shape of a pyramid. The pyramids represent the nose removed from the human face. And if you notice, aliens have their nose removed. When you see pictures of aliens, understand that, okay? So, understand that the pyramids, again, represent the nose removed from the human face and then used to engineer buildings and technology, okay? It's about technology. In ancient Egyptian religion, the pyramids were associated with the god Set, also known as Satan. In some cultures, large human noses are seen as an expression of human pride. In fact, advanced technologies are often thought to be satanic, even by modern religious organizations. So understand that, why is everybody so interested in chopping people's noses off? Why do they force women to chop their noses off, and even men to chop their noses off to be beautiful or to be models? Why? It's this. If you look at some old movies, they have like crazy men that run around chiseling the noses off all the statues in cultural cities like Rome and things like that. This is what this comes from. Remember, aliens have their noses chopped off, and they use it for technology. They make money from chopping their noses off, because if you understand, it's a sacrifice, a human blood sacrifice of an innocent. Understand it. That's why plastic surgeons and butchers make so much money. human sacrifice, blood sacrifice, not animals, humans. And there's more and more of that going on. You want to protect yourself from this kind of butchery. You want to be the one that keeps your nose, and you want to be the one that keeps your money. You want to be on the side that is making the money, not the side that is paying to have your nose chopped off. Don't do it, okay? Because that's what they're trying to get you to do. Now, the pyramids, okay, again, it represents technology. Now, in some cultures, they have different names for this Praesape star. Now, understand, we've talked about it meaning manger and crib, and also beehive. Okay, and beehive hairdos, and understand it's all about their representation of what they think is beautiful, but it's all about making you think that something's beautiful. They want to make it so that they have to perform their technology on you for you to be beautiful, that you're not good as your parents made you, that they're God, that they have to make you with genetics. It's going to go into genetic engineering, or they're going to genetically decide what you're going to look like, okay? So, and they want to get rid of pride. But the people that are doing these things to you, they don't let that happen to them or their children, okay? They're doing it to you. So you want to have a strong family and not let people do this kind of thing to you. And understand that a baby in a manger or a crib, the Star Praesepe, manger or crib, or beehive, understand that that is a baby. It represents a baby that have small noses, okay? And there's a lot of representations of this that is sort of a constant suggestion that they want you to look like a child and be a child and act like a child and take orders like a child. Don't worry about it. We'll tell you what to do. You need to keep your head on straight, okay? It's going to get worse and worse and worse. The star Praesape is also named M44 Epsilon Cancri. Ask the angel of M44 Epsilon Cancri, who is named Amnediel, to grant you conquest and victory in war. Warnock discloses that the rendering to create conquest in battle and warfare should present with the body of an eagle possessing the face of a masculine human, which is made potent when Luna transits through mansion of the Moon Al-Nathrah. Okay? So again, it's a bird nose, it's an eagle, okay? But they take that off and they put a human face on, a strong human face. And the human face on the eagle makes it into the ability to win in war, okay? Agrippa reveals the name of Lunar Mansion Number 8 as being Alnaza, or Anatrachya, which means misty or cloudy. And remember, there's a song Misty and there was a movie about Misty, and, Play Misty for Me, where that was in the movie, and it was about a crazy, obsessed female with, of course, a nose that has been reduced, okay? Made childlike, made crazy about a man. It's a technology of fixing women to behave a certain way. You don't want to be fixed that way. Now, during Mansion of the Moon Number 8, sorceresses and sorcerers shape representations intended to create sentimental or romantic feelings. That's what we're talking about, okay? Because if you chop someone's nose off, they become infantile and in need of constant care. They lose their ability to function as an adult, and they start being someone that can only be made calm by drugs, okay? Then they have complete control over you. It's like 7 of 9 in Star Trek, in Voyager, where she needs constant supervision by the doctor because of all her technology, her Borg technology, that he has to constantly help her with, okay? Without him and his technology, she'll die. Because she was originally mutilated and had all these technological things done to her by the Borg, okay? Understand that. They're trying to warn you, okay? So understand that. It's a constant feeding of these kinds of situations, okay? So the reason they do this is in Mansion of the Moon Number 8, one of the things you can do is make people have romantic feelings for familiarity, or community vacation groups, community vacation groups, or the suffering of detainees, or to cause you to be able to chase away vermin, or also and to harm confined individuals, thereby confirming their imprisonment. So if someone's like already being confined, okay, and then you harm them by forcing them to have some kind of technology, you know, like some kind of chip put into them, or some kind of surgery to make them look better, quote, which really doesn't make them look better, but makes them look like they've been injured, which makes someone that hasn't been injured feel good about themselves, and a person that's imprisoned with someone who's not imprisoned feeling better about themselves. There's a lot of abuse heaped on people, women usually, and sometimes men, for the joy of the person who's sadistic. You don't want to be in the position to let them do this to you. You want to show yourself as strong. You want to be strong. You want to use the images to make you strong and in charge. You don't want to use the images to make you weak and suffering. Of course, it's relying upon perhaps how you were brought up, perhaps your culture, and perhaps the sign of the zodiac that you're born under, which might make you want to be someone who's submissive. It's relying upon all these things. But do what feels healthiest for you. Have some awareness of it, okay? Now, Agrippa also reveals that the talisman of the man-headed eagle be made of tin and then scented with brimstone, which is another word for sulfur, for the magical purpose of subjugating one's enemies during conflict. So you can use this image and you can win in your war, and understand that that's what the image of a human face with an eagle body does. It makes you win in war. So if you really want to win and be dominant, use this image. Now, according to Kabbalistic lore, the sign of Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the Cancer birthstone is ruby. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel, and now we're going to go over some reference books for you. And these reference books that we recommend are First Mansions of the Moon, a Lunar Zodiac for Astrology and Magic, 2nd edition, with 2019 to 2033 Mansion Ephemeris by Christopher Warnock in 2019, illustrated by Nigel Jackson, published by Renaissance Astrology. And if you want to see the page numbers, you can click on the description box. Now, number 2. 3 books of occult philosophy, Llewellyn Sourcebook series, authored by Henry Cornelius Agrippa of Nettisham in 1533, translated by James Freak in 1650, edited and annotated by Donald Tyson in 1993, published by Llewellyn Publications in 2000. 3. The Fixed Stars and Constellations in Astrology, authored by Vivian Erwood Robson, Bachelor of Science in 1923, published by American Federation of Astrologers, Inc., cover design by Jack Kippola, you can check the description box for that, the page number. Thank you for joining us. Join us again next time.